Okay, so we are putting up, this will be the front area of where the goats will be initially, and then there will be electric fencing on 3 sides. But this is the side that is close by a road, so we don't want to take a chance. So we have barbed wire fence, and then back on the other side of it we have this really, it's actually it was like displays inside a sports authority that had closed, and my son-in-law got them and asked them if we wanted them. I said, wow, they make perfect fencing, and gave a couple of them to a friend that used some for horse panels, and they worked really well. So my assistant Jonathan is helping me to put this up, and we have 5 panels. So let's see, and I didn't have the tool that I needed. I thought it was in the truck. It wasn't. So when we come out Saturday to move the goats, I'll finish it. But right now it's just affixed by wire to the existing barbed wire fence at the T-posts. So we'll have to keep that going, and we have the one that Jonathan is leaning on right now, and one more, and then, like I said, then we'll do electric goat netting back through there. We're going to clear the path out where we're having it, and that should do it. We'll see. And there we have it. There you go. So I think they're, I don't know if they're 6 or 8 foot panels. I think they're 6 foot panels. And 4 foot height. So it works. Okay, so we are putting up some temporary, well, movable electric netting from Premier One. And as you see, this grass is pretty high right here. And the high wheel trimmer up at my son's didn't have any string in it, so I'm going to come back with my weed eater, and I'll just clear the path in between here. I would have done that before, but I want to go ahead and get it up so we can see. See, there's some areas here where the fence kind of does a little topsy turn. Well, there's rocks, and so, you know, that's one of the reasons why we like the electric netting. And then we can just move them down the front along the way and get all this cleaned up. Let them clean up all this small stuff for us, and all this high grass. They'll eat this up. They'll love it. So that's the plan for right now. We're going to do, it'll just be like, you know, probably 50-foot strips moving down, and that should do it. I have Jonathan, he's clipping up some trees here to get it out of the way because it's small enough. I was going to go around it, but I thought, no, it's small enough. We could just clip it right down. The goats will eat what is on it, and then that way we can keep going down. I did have this tree, and I've been, it's so rotted, it's not even a problem. I've just been breaking pieces off and shifting it over. So it'll shift over out of the way, so that's not a problem either. Doing good over there, bud?
Yep.
Yeah, good job. Okay, here we go. Topsy-turvy fence. We got Jonathan and Delilah locked in the middle. Okay, and this time, on this one, I put in a gate so I wouldn't have to turn off the electric fence when I come down and take care of the goats. And I'll put their water and stuff like right close to there. And like I said, this is temporary. I'm going to put in some extra posts. You can see it's kind of slack in a few places. That's not a big deal. I've got some of these plastic electric net posts. But it doesn't need to be great. It just needs to be able to carry a charge to keep them in, because like I said, then we will slowly move them down along the front, and once they've finished off the front, then we'll move them the next layer in, the next layer in, and then we'll keep rotating them around like that. That way we don't have a problem with overgrazing in a certain area, and it'll kind of help keep down the areas that aren't around the house where we don't necessarily want to mow all the time. The gate is pretty neat. I don't know if I can do this one-handed, but it's got a little clip that on the handles, kind of like on the trekking poles. So you just pop that off. I say just pop that off. Okay, just pop it off. And then it's got a holder down at the bottom here. So you gotta hold on to that so you don't have to turn it off. And then, well, I say just like that, and then like that you pop it off. Okay, it'd be easier if I had 2 hands, of course. And then you just pop it back in. There we go. And hook it back over here. And theoretically, since it is staked down at the bottom, so it should stay in place and not be a problem. So now let's get the electric netting hooked up and give it a test. Okay, so I have and we bought the Premier 1 IntelliShock PRS I-25, so it senses when it needs to put out more energy and when it doesn't. So anyway, I have it hooked up. The black goes to the grounding rod, and it sits on top of the grounding rod, and then connects right here to the fence. And this fence connects all the way around, and then it connects into here for the gate. Okay, and you know it's working when, let's see. It makes a clicking sound. So, gotta keep Delilah away from it. Yeah, you can hear it go click, click, click. Okay, but I am going to take the charger with me back up to Jonathan's cabin for right now. Let it fully charge, and then when we bring the goats back, we'll hook it back up now that it's all ready to go.